Hello, welcome back to the WGL APAC Season 1. I'm, of course, Jordan Mays. Joining me, as always, Alex Blakey. And, well, we're into our last match for today. It's going to be a pretty good one.
We were so excited, we just had to say hi to everyone.
Yeah, of course. You know, all me.
Like, so excited.
I was keen.
I'm pretty keen. No, this should be a good one. I mean, we've seen 5-2, 5-0, 5-0 today. So, some pretty quick games, honestly, so far. But I feel as though, like, thinking again about Caren Tiger taking on Team EpicGear Profit, I reckon this is the time when Team EpicGear Profit they're gonna really start to turn around and take it to Caren Tiger. My prediction is 5-1 to CT, but
so you basically
it's going to be a close 5-1 to CT.
Oh, okay, a close 5-1,
and that's going to be closer than 2 of our games today.
Well, it is.
So
Yes,
you know, the stats don't lie, Jordan.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't have a huge amount of faith here that EpicGear Profit are going to have a great chance in this one. I certainly think Caren Tiger are definitely the favourites in this one. I'm going 5-2 in the favour of Caren Tiger, so maybe I give them a little bit more than you do. But certainly, if we have a look at Caren Tiger, I think we'll see why they're the better team.
Yes, we will.
At the moment.
Obviously, it is because of the logo. But no, it is because they are just generally a very solid team. Just a good all-rounders, Caren Tiger. I think, overall on the attack, they've got a 52% win rate, defense about 63%. So, good at both sides. Polly, Akio V, 2 top players. We've seen Madame really kind of show some good and some bad as well. We saw Madame kind of fall off the top of Himmelsdorf, or kind of flip around the top of Himmelsdorf twice, I think, so far. But, also get some good snipes in last week as well. So,
Yeah, look, Caren Tiger are in a pretty decent position right now, number 4 on the leaderboard, so they're doing okay for themselves. And this match, of course, should be one which they should pick up, so they should be able to probably push themselves up a little bit higher. If we have a look at their opponents, it's going to be EpicGear Profit, and at the moment they're sitting in ladder position number 9, which is not awful, but it's also, just more towards the bottom of the pack, I suppose, than what Caren Tigers are sitting on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And EpicGear Profit, again, I feel like they've been having a little bit of a hard time sort of adapting to this new play style that they're obviously not used to coming from a Korean region, which is that aggressive play style that our APAC region is now sort of moving towards, I think it's safe to say. At least the top teams certainly are. So right now, EpicGear, I mean, God Tank, he's a guy to watch out for. Gap Doll as well. We've seen even Tilladelby made some good plays on the EGP side as well. So I think this is the game where they'll be looking to really increase their standing a little bit and boost their ladder rank a little bit going into tomorrow and next week. Yeah, well, certainly every point counts, I guess, and really there's no better time than now to start getting some wins on the board. EpicGear Profit obviously 1-3 at the moment, so they're not at the bottom of the score, but they have actually picked up 1 win already. This one is going to be tough for them. Our first map is going to be Himmelsdorf, which is probably going to be a little bit tough coming out here for the guys on EpicGear Profit. It's one of Caren Tiger's best map, if not their best map. They've played it quite a lot, and they have a very good win rate on it as well, sitting at 70%. So this is going to be a good one to start off here for Caren Tiger. There you go. So, I always like seeing a good Himmelsdorf, and I feel as though both Caren Tiger and B Gaming are quite confident on Himmelsdorf. I'm not sure the stat for B Gaming, what the stat there for B Gaming is, of course, but it does seem to be about that both these Japanese teams really are just super confident playing. And, Team EpicGear Profit, obviously, like any Korean team, with a nice, solid defensive playstyle, is going to like Himmelsdorf because it really lends itself towards that playstyle more so than most other maps in the league. But in saying that, you can still do some pretty good offensive moves on Himmels, and like I reckon because it's Himmelsdorf, it's going to be CT2-0.
Yeah,
close. It's going to be a close 2-0, a very close 2-0, but. Yeah,
I'd have to agree. I think 2-0 is definitely on the cards here for Caren Tiger. They're a little bit better actually on their defensive side of Himmelsdorf, but they've got above a 50% win rate on both attack and defense. So I'd expect that they're going to be doing pretty well here. And it's not a great map there for EpicGear Profit as well. They have like a 33% win rate out of a few games as well. So I'd be pretty confident coming out here for Caren Tiger on Himmelsdorf.
Yep. Okay, well there we go. 2-0 is the pick. think. And what have we got in terms of tanks here? That's interesting. We've got the IS-4, so that kind of makes me wish that I hadn't 2-0'd Caren Tiger, because I always feel like voting against the IS-4 whenever it's picked. But, you know, it could work.
Hey, no, T110 E3, which we have decided we're not huge fans of on Hillsdorf.
T110 E5, yeah.
No, no.
So, oh, we have no.
The T110 E3 did nothing earlier today.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. If they had both of those, then I think I would actually change my prediction. But with just the IS-4, should be all right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've seen so many IS-3s on Himmelsdorf in the past. That, you know, IS-4, it's only one number difference, isn't it?
Sure, if we want to put it like that.
Let's put it like that. But overall, nothing too surprising for both of those teams there. You know, obviously on Himmelsdorf, these teams really want to pick these heavy lineups with lots of hit points. You know, really brawl it out effectively. Lots of these tanks, you know, have the big 120, 130mm guns on them that really lend themselves to kind of drawn out brawls, if you will, and trading amidst these city streets that we're seeing there.
Alrighty, so getting into our first round of this matchup here, we both feel Caren Tiger should be relatively safe, at least on Himmelsdorf here, for a 2-0 here. We'll just have to see how it plays out. EpicGear Profit currently splitting up just a little bit. Couple up towards the hill, the rest in probably moving towards the banana at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking like it. So Caren Tiger in the meantime got two bat chats heading down south, down towards the rail tracks, and EpicGear Profit are just they were thinking about heading towards the banana, but not going to be doing that. Instead, just sitting up towards. Seemed pretty close, actually, towards the kind of J9 area, and not really looking to push too much into that. Philadelphia gets punished a little bit in that AMX 1390. But overall, I'm liking this aggressive setup from Caren Tiger right here. They've got Shinozaka pushed right up. Shinozaka in that bat chat. So if we do see Philadelphia actually get spotted out by him, then that could be a little bit of trouble for Shinozaka in the bat chat. Or a little bit of trouble for Philadelphia rather in the AMX 1390, because Shinozaka should be able to clean him up. Mudam as well in that tier 9 bat chat. Might be able to spot him out soon. Oh, spotted.
Yeah, Philadelphia in a bit of a dangerous spot there, but gets behind the church okay and falling back into the streets here. So EpicGear Profit have a little bit of intel now as to where those two members from Caren Tiger are. Shinozaka and Mudam both getting spotted out.
Yeah, so EpicGear Profit, they've got the intel, but interestingly enough, they're playing very, very defensively here. They haven't even sent one member up towards the, to actually get on towards the hill, which is something that we always see, but no, instead, Philadelphia is going to be heading towards the 2 flag with that AMX 1390, and not going to be encountering too much resistance, because we've got all of Caren Tiger, apart from Accio V, not really near that 2 flag just yet. So Accio V in that IS-4. Actually, that should be. I don't mind the IS-4 sitting there around the 2 flag. It's not going to be a bad spot for it. But Philadelphia should just be able to reverse in, get tucked in nice and close in towards that flag there, and start putting the cap pressure on.
Yeah. So EpicGear Profit have actually got quite a few members still towards their spawn area. So this is a little strange. Perhaps they're trying to get a rotation coming across from Shinozaka and Modame here in those bat chats, that they can catch them off guard with those guys that they've left down in the spawn. It seems to be working out. We've seen this strategy once before. Get that guy on the cap, force the rotate across, and pick up those rotators. It's worked fantastically here. Both these bat chats walking straight into those 3 FV215Bs, and look at the damage coming across here. Jurdis does take a little bit there, but Shinozaka also taking some in response, and this should be the bat chats going down here. EpicGear Profit need to clean them up quickly before they take too much more damage. The AMX-50B here will be able to pick up Shinozaka. Did he miss that shot? No? What's going on?
Shinozaka's still alive right there. I'm not too sure what's happened.
How old is he? Okay, finally he goes down there to the AMX-50B, but I think he probably should have gone down a little bit faster there. Opalus in a bit of trouble as well. EpicGear Profit doing a reasonable job of this one, but still just a little bit down on the HP. Modame actually managed to get out of there as well in that bat chat. You can see Dekamori Sane should be able to pick up the T110E5 here, but Angry Bee did pick up 1-for-1. When he goes down, it'll be a 1-for-1. So maybe not the worst of situations there for EpicGear Profit in that little trade. Still, Caren Tiger is just across the board looking a little bit healthier.
Caren Tiger not looking too bad at all, and I like the kind of idea there that EpicGear Profit were trying to kind of enact by catching out those two bat chats, but they didn't even manage to close out the kill on towards Shino Zach. And I think the AMX 50B of Gapdol, he tried to get the ram, but it didn't work. So there was another kind of few shots, a few seconds wasted there for Team EpicGear Profit. Right now they're trying to make them back though by getting some something that we don't see very often, but it's a bit of a courtyard fight in the center of the map here. But no one really coming out on top.
Well, it was a good strategy coming out from EpicGear Profit, and it worked out in the case that they actually did force that rotation.
Yeah.
But EpicGear Profit weren't able to convert it into the 2 kills that they needed to, and they only got 1. It took them way longer than it should have, and they allowed the guys from Caren Tiger to do more damage to them than they should have. So Mordam got out of there okay, and Shinozaki took way too long to go down. And I think, EpicGear Profit really needed to capitalize on that opportunity that they had. And now Caren Tiger, for me, should be able to close this one out without too much of an issue.
Yeah, this is just looking a little bit tricky here for EpicGear Profit because we've got less than 5 minutes to go, and they've retreated, well, they haven't really even pushed all the way towards their half of the map, so they're still effectively in their spawn. I can only see them getting like a maybe a 1 flag push working potentially, because obviously we can see Caren Tiger here are completely set up for a 2 flag push and are 100% ready for it.
Certainly seems like Caren Tiger ready to rotate straight across to that 1 cap if they need to. You can see those 3 guys were sort of almost already heading in that direction. And Horang here in his bat chat has started the cap on that 1 cap, and now going to be forcing the rotate coming across here from the Caren Tiger. It's all down to just this little battle coming out here. Oh, big spots coming out there from Gapdol as he sees 3 members of the Caren Tiger. So I think it's going to come down here to how much work Mordamo can do in that bat chat coming around from the banana.
Yep, definitely, and that is going to be so dangerous for EpicGear Profit when that bat chat rounds the corner, and in fact doesn't even need to round the corner, has been spotted out there, but might be going south because maybe a little bit early for Mordame.
Yeah, certainly seems that way, and really EpicGear Profit have actually fallen off that cap at the moment. Mordame just running away. He's going to get out of there okay. Once again, seems to be the cat with 9 lives, at least in this game here for Caren Tiger. It's going to fall back onto the heavies here for Caren Tiger to, I guess, do the heavy lifting and really pull this victory through for them.
Right now, you do see Gapdol trying to make something work, but EpicGear Profit, they're playing with time that they don't have right here, Jordan. 3 minutes left on the clock. Right now, we still have 2 members of EpicGear Profit down the south. That's going to be Gapdol and God Tank in those heavies. Mordame is up the top in this batch at 25T AP. Spotted out Karetny in the FV215 and should be able to get some solid shots from the hill down. Yep.
Yep, good shots coming out there, and 2 hitting, and it should be another one coming out here. He's going to connect all 3 of those. Is he going to get the 4th across here, which would be the final blow? He's trying to get himself into a position, but can't quite fight the angle.
Oh, Horang wasn't spotted. This could be well, a lot of trouble for Madame right there, because Horang...
Great timing from him, though.
Yeah,
to be able to get across there without being spotted.
But honestly, even if Horang does manage to take down Madame right here, it's not really going to matter because EpicGear Profit, they've only got 2 minutes left.
In the worst position possible. His turret was in the complete wrong direction. He's not even going to get 1 shot off. Oh, wow. Found himself in all sorts of troubles right there.
But there we go. The siren is actually going. So it is technically a 4-on-5 at the moment, but Akiovi is going to tie that one up, Jordan.
Yeah, he certainly is. It's a 4 versus 4, but really I think the statistic to look at is that time counting down here for EpicGear Profit. They don't have much time to play with. They need to get these kills onto the Caren Tiger players very, very quickly because, well, at the moment it's a 3v4. We're waiting for Horang to rejoin the battle. Polly and Jurdis having a bit of a duel here, but it's going to be Akio V shooting Jurdis from the back to do a bit of damage, and in the end we do see a couple of kills go the way of Caren Tiger. Horang is going to come in here. He'll have a full reload off, but up against Polly Probably not the greatest of opponents to find yourself against. I don't know if he's going to be able to even close out the kill here. Might just, if he gets a high roll.
Looking like Gapdol will be able to in the AMX 50B, so actually evening it up a little bit, but of course Gapdol now has one shot before he has to reload. That's not going to count enough, and with only the bat chat left and 56 seconds, I think it may even potentially be mathematically impossible for one clip of a bat chat to deal that much damage that's left on the field for Caren Tiger.
Yes,
so
I would assume so.
I think that will just about be it there for for EpicGear Profiters. Harang, even
adding insult to injury there.
Yeah, just getting peppered a little bit as he crosses the street. That's quite rude, but overall, Caren Tiger with a very solid defense there.
Yeah,
and I mean, I liked how Caren Tiger kind of stuck together and made sure they were ready for that EpicGear Profit. Because they could kind of read it when it was coming down sort of the rail yard and around that general area. But looks like Harang's just going to play for time.
Yeah, well, for all the good it'll do him. I mean, that was a good performance coming out there from Caren Tiger. They'll start off 1-0 here on Himmelsdorf. They've won their defensive side, which, to be honest, was probably expected. They have an 80% win rate on their defensive side out of 5 games. Moving over to the attacking side, they're a little bit more vulnerable. Only 60% win rate. I say only. 60% is still quite a good win rate. So I'd expect we might still be seeing that 2-0 coming out from the guys from Caren Tiger. But, I mean, this is, I suppose, their weaker side when they move over to attack. So if there was an opening, this would be it for EpicGear Profit.
Right. That makes sense. So I think now that they're on the attack, you know, Caren Tiger, we probably will be seeing some fairly similar tanks, maybe a few more auto-loaders for Caren Tiger. Probably not going to be seeing the IS-4 coming in this time for them, even though that did, like, sort of, you know, work out for them, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it did work out, I think, relatively well. But let's go ahead and have a look and see how things really turned out in the grand scheme of things. Caren Tiger had some pretty good moments there.
Yeah, they definitely did, and this was the kind of little spot of brilliance of EpicGear Profit, honestly, by staying back and defending. But honestly, in saying that,
I want to hang on. Let's have a look and see what happens with Gapdol here. He must miss the shot.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah, misses the shell. Misses the shell. So honestly, when you've got 4, like, look at what just happened. You have 4 tanks, right, from Team EpicGear Profit. 4 tanks that are sitting back there with their sole purpose is to catch, like, to catch that exact sort of a push. Yeah. Coming into late push from Caren Tiger once EpicGear Profit gets their AMX on towards that 2 flag. And like, Caren Tiger played right into their hands by pushing those 2 bat chats around. There is no scenario when that should have happened. When essentially 2 tanks should have got away from 4 tanks completely scot-free. And like, not completely scot-free, but like completely alive, if you will. Because Shinozaka, it was dropped down to 25 HP. That doesn't really matter. You still have to put shells into him to finish him. You still have to... and Modame was like on full HP when he left.
Yeah, almost.
So, like, almost. Yeah. So it was like, well...
What are you doing?
Like, I see the logic or the idea behind sending your 4 heavy tanks all the way back there and playing super defensive.
Yeah.
But not when it's not going to work. Well, you've got to make it work.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. They did make it work, though, right? The trap was sprung. The strategy worked.
Sloppy.
The mechanics weren't there to be able to capitalize on it.
Yep. I feel like
it was sloppy. I actually am really interested to see how much damage Modame actually managed to do throughout the whole battle, because I think, you know, he could have come in there. I don't know how much damage he did, but I suspect it would have been a reasonable amount. And if they had been able to shut him down early, you know, that's a big part of the damage gone for the guys on Caren Tiger. So let's go ahead and have a look and see whether or not he really had much of an impact.
Yeah, there you go. 7th. Can't complain about that.
So he probably got like 2 or 3 shots off in that initial fight there. So you could say he's probably done maybe another 3 shots worth of damage.
Yeah.
3 or 4 shots worth more.
That's a lot of damage, and you know, even Shinozaka there dealing 1200, so can't really complain. And Angry Bee in the T110E5, like, not a T110E5 fan on the attacking side of Himmels, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't Doesn't seem like it has much of a place, does it?
Not on the attack. On the defense, absolutely. So, but on the attack, not really. Like it's a tank which is excellent for holding hold down positions and holding lines like that. But pushing, there's better tanks.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going to be getting underway very shortly into our second round there on Himmelsdorf. So we'll have a look and see what tanks are coming out. Maybe another T110E5 if you're lucky. Nah, not going to happen.
Maybe. So I think taking a look down the row on both sides, we have not got a T110E5, which is good, in fact, for both these teams. We've got the IS4 instead over on the Caren Tiger side. And, you know, they made it work before. So, well, we have seen it work before, rather. So I'm sure Caren Tiger will be able to make it work again. You know, could work.
I'm sure it will. I think I'm backing Himmelsdorf. Caren Tiger here on Himmelsdorf for a 2-0. So I think they'll pick this one up.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with my 2-0. So Caren Tiger should be able to take this one out and, yeah, for a pretty solid 2-0. But, like, I think the issue for Team EpicGear Profit in that last one, again, is that they didn't really look to capitalise on some of those advantages that we had, like, that they had even. Yeah. And some other mistakes, like they sent their bat chat up to take out, I think it was Modame? They sent their bat chat up to the hill to take out one of the bat chats on the Caren Tiger side, but there was only 2 minutes left in the game. And a bat shot on the hill, if you play your cards right down in the centre square, can't actually fire down on you.
Yeah.
So rather than doing that, I feel as though they should have used that extra tank instead of being up on the hill, focused it down towards the kind of brawl that was happening in the centre of the map. You know, got essentially what may have even been another clip of damage off.
Yeah.
And maybe that would have changed things. Maybe it wouldn't have, but yeah, I think it was just a little bit of tunnel vision there potentially as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments in that one where, you know, EpicGear Profit probably could have been able to swing things back into their favour or initially into their favour, but wasn't the case. And obviously, as a result, Caren Tiger picking up their first victory. Round number 1 goes to them. Now moving over to the attacking side here for Caren Tiger. And EpicGear Profit on the defence.
Yes, so EpicGear Profit going to be rolling out on the defense, and this is actually interesting. We're seeing a bit more of an aggressive lineup than we're used to for EpicGear Profit, or an aggressive positioning at least, already getting some early spots on towards Opalisk and Murdame. But EGP at the moment pushing right up down towards the train lines, and Caren Tiger though, they're definitely ready for it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, this push, when you're going down the train lines, it can work depending on how many people you actually have committed to it. The danger here, of course, for EpicGear Profit is that if they do decide to push further with Horang, Angry Bee, and their other member down there, that they don't have really any backup, so they'll be going all or nothing without having enough information. So I don't think they're going to be locking that one in and locking the push in there. Instead, Tiladelby in that RU251. It's just going to be kind of sitting in a nice proxy spot location on that G7 area. So
I don't mind the positioning coming out here from EpicGear Profit. They have control over a lot of the map. They can get a lot of information quite easily. Tiladelby in particular, very far forward in the courtyard, spotting out mostly the banana area with proxy spotting sort of in there. Is going to, you know, be kind of a crucial part of the intel coming out into EpicGear Profit. And he should be able to spot maybe Opalisk if he gets close enough, which it looks like Opalisk is going to. So they'll spot each other out.
Yep.
Nope, they didn't.
No, what? Not quite. Okay.
Mustn't have gotten quite close enough there. I thought they were definitely within 50 meters of each other, but apparently not.
For those that don't know, 50 meters is the proxy spotting range. So that means that if you're within 50 meters of an enemy tank, even if you do not have line of sight to that enemy tank, then you will still spot them. So Opalisk here, if he does go at the banana, then he definitely will get spotted by Tiladelby. Oh, but Tiladelby's actually moved now.
Yeah.
So Interesting.
Bit of a game of cat and mouse at the moment. They should spot each other out as Tiladelby makes his way into the street. Nope.
Nope.
Just waiting for the spot to come out.
Oh,
what?
Oh.
Maybe the mod's broken again. Because sure, he must have spotted him there.
There we go.
Like,
So,
there's no way that wasn't a spot.
Opalisk has taken a shot. Tiladelby is a bit of a wizard in that RU251. So getting the first shot off, always pretty helpful. Right now, Caren Tiger are actually committing to a hill push. And this is interesting because EpicGear Prophet, out of all the times when you kind of might not expect a hill push, looking at Caren Tiger's lineup, the FV215Bs, the IS4, it's not something that's kind of screams hill push to you. It's not the fastest lineup, but they haven't seen anyone else. So in EpicGear Prophet's eyes, Caren Tiger are probably still sitting in that kind of K8, K7 area, you know? So that's an issue for them because right now Caren Tiger are not sitting down there. They're not sitting near their spawn. They're just about to push and roll on towards a 2 flag, almost completely uncontested.
Yeah. Well, it's not almost. It is completely uncontested.
Yeah, exactly.
Gladtank's in no position to spot these guys out. They're all going to get on the cap for free.
Yeah.
And EpicGear Prophet, you can see Angry B and Gapdol all the way at the south of the map. Unfortunately, both of them are in heavy tanks. I mean, Gapdol's in a 113, sure, but... Well, they're both in 113s, actually. But even still, it's going to take them a good 20 seconds to get back up to the other side of the map here.
Yeah. It's going to take them a good amount of time to get back up there. At the moment, Gapdol, he's trying to look for something, but he can't find anything to shoot round there. And, of course, anytime any member of EpicGear Prophet tries to poke around that corner, they're going to be met with a lot of angry Caren Tigers. So they are rotating back finally. Oh no, look at this. We've got members of EpicGear Prophet down in that J4 area. They're trying to do like a banana line flank because they think, oh, maybe Caren Tigers are around there, but they're not. All of Caren Tiger are there. They've all been spotted.
Tiladelby, he's trying to get the reset here, and well, it didn't work out too well for him. Didn't manage to get the reset and took 850 damage for poking his nose around the corner there. At the very least, they've spotted out all these members of Caren Tiger, but what are they going to do with this information? They have no one really in a position at the moment to be able to do anything. You can actually see Caren Tiger deciding to push forward, which will result in them being reset, but Tiladelby should go down here for sure. He does, and also Godtank gets picked up in the meanwhile. So
2 kills.
2 kills already to start us off here for Caren Tiger. The cap timer, even though it got reset, it's already straight back down to 28 seconds. And again, no one from EpicGear Prophet in a position to safely reset this one. They're all going to have to cross that B line, which of course has one of those Caren Tiger players there holding it. I'd say might be one of the Bat Chats. Just to put a bit of a spanner in the works here for those guys on EpicGear Prophet. And look at this, the brawl is going to come out here. But Caren Tiger already in such a massively advantaged situation that there should be no way they should lose this one. Polly and the rest of his crew trying to take down Karetny in the FV215B. The Bat Chats now from Caren Tiger starting to get involved as well. And you can see EpicGear Prophet, despite doing a lot of damage over to Dekamori Sane, they themselves are taking more damage than they are dealing. And of course, that's not going to be resulting in a very particularly good result.
Not looking too good for EpicGear Prophet at all, is it? As Gapdol goes down Jurtis in the FV215, but at least he managed to pick up one, but with only 3 members left, the 113, too low HP there. Polly's going to be able to take that one out, and at the moment, Caren Tiger, look, they came into this one with a 2-tank advantage. They have still got 5 tanks up, only 1 left on the EpicGear Prophet side. See you later, EGP. Yeah. It's a Caren Tiger map, 2-0.
2-0. Definitely very much in the favour of Caren Tiger there. And, well, you know, when you let your opponent get onto the cap for free, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? And, you know, honestly, that it was valid of Team EpicGear Prophet to not expect that hill push with that sort of a team lineup from Caren Tiger. But Caren Tiger, just a great idea. You know, like, oh, these guys won't be expecting that. Let's push the hill on Himmelsdorf. And it worked, obviously, very, very well. Free got themselves on towards the flag, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, certainly was smooth sailing coming out in that one there for the Caren Tiger. And, well, you know, another 2-0 in the bag there for them on Himmelsdorf. It's going to boost their stats a little bit on that map. And, well, let's go ahead and have a look and see how they went about it. Because it was certainly a a different strategy coming out from Caren Tiger with that hill push, but it worked out so well. And they chose the right time to go aggressive here as well.
Yeah, they did, exactly, and the Bad Chat's just destroying Tilladarby as he crossed there. And they just had the perfect firing positions, right? They had the entire A line covered, they had the entire B line covered, you know, with their Bat Chats up on the hill, and there was just no easy way for EpicGear Profit to get in towards the flag, particularly with the tanks that they had, the FE215Bs, you know, not the heaviest of heavy tanks. So as soon as they pushed in, Caren Tiger just targeted the right people. They you know, made sure to primary their targets to look at that, shoot down Gapdol. They didn't worry about Jurdis until they took Gapdol down, etc., 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 and took them down one by one, and won with a man advantage.
Certainly, well, two-man advantage, really. They got those two initial picks without really even taking much damage.
Just more of a figure of speech.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. I'm just having a dig.
You know, like a man advantage.
Yeah. Tank advantage, even.
Tank advantage.
Yeah.
It could be a steel advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, regardless of what it was called, it was great stuff coming out there from Caren Tiger on the first map there of Himmelsdorf. So, certainly putting themselves in a good stead heading into, I guess, the middle stages now of this series. They, of course, you know, probably the favoured lineup regardless of the maps that we're going on to, but starting off well on presumably their map pick. They'll be feeling comfortable heading into into Ruinberg, which will be our next map.
Yeah, I think so. So Ruinberg will be interesting, I reckon, if we do see... this is going to be where Team EpicGear Profit get at least one, I reckon.
Yeah.
So Ruinberg, obviously, you know, it's our non-symmetrical map. Attack and the defense play very differently.
All right, let's draw things back just a little bit before we get too far into our Ruinberg discussion and have a look at who did the damage there in that one for Caren Tiger on their victory on the second stage of Himmelsdorf.
There we go. So Yupa there in the FE215B. She deal 3.3k, Polly with 3k damage as well. So some pretty impressive stats coming out there from those guys, but nothing too surprising. I mean, they're making the IS-4 work. AccuOV in the IS-4 dealing about 1.6k damage as well, so can't complain, even though I'm a bit of an IS-4 hater. But
haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. But yeah, not bad at all in terms of the damage numbers of those FE215s. That's why we see them picked on Himmelsdorf. You know, yeah, we could have maybe used an AMX50B or two in the mix as well, but honestly, the Bat Chats will, you know,
fulfill a similar role,
similar-ish role. You know, medium heavy, similar sort of thing. Yeah, just a little bit faster. So. And more shells in the clip. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so I guess we'll talk a little bit more now about Ruinberg, because that's our next map, as I mentioned previously. Both teams, 50% win rate on it, so it's, I would say, relatively evenly matched map between the two teams. I don't think any of them are going to have much of a favour, I suppose. So I'd be looking towards a 1-1 here, but I guess it comes down to more so the tank picks, the strategies, who starts on what side, you know, who gets onto a bit of a roll. But it's going to be our first tank lineups for our first round.
Let's see, so taking a look down both sides, Caren Tiger, they're favouring these IS-4s, going to be taking two IS-4s coming to Ruinberg, and I'm guessing they're on the defence probably, because EpicGear Profit, they have locked in the grill of 15. And the TVP. So quite a mixed bag actually coming out of both of these teams, which we're not always used to. But I like the grill pick, of course. You know, here on Ruinberg, there's lots of spots where you can really put it, particularly out in the field when you're on the defense, just to get some shots down in towards the town. It's a generally good tank because you can get really big trades out of it without being spotted or being so far back that you're not really in any danger whatsoever. Yeah. So that's why I like having one grill on a team sometimes.
Sure. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how the grill turns out. I'd suspect that it'll probably be on the defensive side, as you say. You know, but again, this map is going to be quite hard to call. I don't think that just looking at the tank picks is going to give us really much of an indication as to how this round is going to go. Both teams picking a relatively standard sort of lineup, so it's going to come down to their decisions in-game more so, I think, than the tank picks here. But Caren Tiger may be slightly favoured on the attack here over their defense. I think their attack's a bit better on Ruinberg. But really, I think that's the only sort of difference between the two teams here that I can see.
Right. All right, well, Caren Tiger will be rolling out on the defensive side here on Ruinbeck. Let's take a look at where they head out to. So it's looking like we are just going to be seeing similar to what we saw in our last map there. Just 2 members of Caren Tiger, 2 members of the defensive squadron setting out towards that one flag. It's going to be Yupa and Shino Zakat, both in fairly mobile IS-4s. And Gapdol actually in a very aggressive position early on in that grill.
Yeah, it is a very aggressive position, just sitting out in the middle of the street in a grill. Generally speaking, is not the greatest of ideas, but obviously, I guess the meta on this map really from the defensive side generally means that they can't actually shoot down this angle. They don't hold positions which have a sight line down towards that direction. So I think Gapdol at the moment is just waiting for someone to actually cross to try and get the reset onto that 2-cap. And that's when he will start to do his damage.
Yeah, I think so. So right now, it's looking like Angry Bee's already pushed up, and I don't really like this for Caren Tiger. They've let Angry Bee push right up into the town, and when you let a 113 push up into the town, then like effectively you're kind of giving lease for the rest of the attacking team to kind of push up on towards their right afterwards. So if they want to, and Team EpicGear Profit, they're going to like that. They're going to like holding that position up there, and obviously he's going to be able to get any proxy spots that he wants. Is our friend Angry Bee. Right now, Caren Tiger still just kind of sitting tight at the moment. They don't know whether EpicGear Profit are kind of rotating towards the 1 flag because they haven't spotted out EpicGear Profit down the bottom, down that kind of 0 line just yet. So they do actually have quite a few members, Caren Tiger, around the 1 flag at the moment.
Glad to see EpicGear Profit getting onto that 2-cap now, because I felt like they were just wasting a little bit of time, which they didn't necessarily need to be doing. They're obviously, because of the setup that they've got here, they're trying to force Caren Tiger to push into that little town there in the EF sort of 0 line, and they're trying to make take advantage, I guess, from Gapdol being down in the town there, trying to get some damage across as the guys from Caren Tiger try to cross in towards the 2-cap. And finally, you can see EpicGear Profit now really starting to force the issue, as opposed to just sitting around and waiting for something to happen. 80 seconds left on the clock. I mean, there's plenty of time here for Caren Tiger. The issue for EpicGear Profit, though, is if Caren Tiger do what they're doing now, which is rotate a couple of people through the town, Gapdol is going to be caught off guard, and so that's going to put a bit of a spanner in the works here. Mordame and Opalisk should be able to take down Tiladelby and Gapdol without a massive issue, but they're both in bat chats, so you know it's going to be tough here for these 2 guys in the town to fight this battle. There is a lot of damage though as the Caren Tigers start to cross. Gapdol should be on the reload now, so a good time for those bat chats in the town to I guess capitalize on that. But the cap being reset here from Caren Tiger, they've got a huge amount of HP advantage, and Gapdol in the Grill 15 goes down. Tiladelby in the RU-251 goes down, so perhaps some mispositioning coming out there from EpicGear Profit, having those 2 tanks in the town and not having someone else backing them up. You can see Caren Tiger just absolutely walking over EpicGear Profit here, even though it looked like EpicGear Profit were in a pretty good position.
It did, but they haven't pushed up towards that town yet, and they didn't force the fight. And because they didn't force the fight, the Caren Tiger guys were able to roll through that town, take out those 2 tanks, and, well, just go from there, essentially, because right now, EpicGear Profit, they've only got, I was about to say 3, 2 tanks left alive on their side, and CT really just a perfect execution of that kind of delayed push by the Batchats in the town, and EpicGear Profit, they did not know what hit them right there, and really just a bit of a sloppy push out on the fields as well from them. Got out into some not great positions, and now it's just Ho-Rang. There's no chance he's going to survive this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the setup that they had with Gapdol down there in the town, but they had no sort of plan B.
Exactly.
If someone was to come through the town, which is what happened there for Caren Tiger, Gapdol was going to go down every day of the week. There was no way he was going to be able to fight like that. So they probably needed to have at least 1 more tank in the town there. There was a few guys down towards the KO line there for EpicGear Profit, which didn't really seem to have much of an might on that game. So might have liked to have seen them put in towards the town just to give Gapdol a bit of extra backup. The tanks on the 2-cap probably were okay for themselves if Gapdol had been able to survive and you know,
and
give them a
actually
bit of
help out there,
backup.
because that was such a crucial position
Yeah.
for EpicGear Profit to maintain the town, because it gave them all of those kind of flanking shots out towards the defenders near the 2-cap. But you know, obviously, like you said, they only had the RU and the grill. I think
it
in
was the
town.
RU and the grill.
It was the RU and the grill. It's like that's not a very good combo. Like a bat chat and a grill.
Yeah.
You know, but not an RU and a grill. It's like, I don't know, not
Yeah.
convinced. But there you go. Let's take a look at. This was Angry Bee, I think, going down here, and by this time, of course, the grill and the RU had already gone down, and Angry Bee just getting pushed by the FV215Bs. And really, if you can hold that town on the defensive side here on Ruinberg, that Caren Tiger managed to hold for the entire map, even after that 113 got up there early on, like that's honestly the key, one of the keys to holding a 2-flag push from on Ruinberg.
Yeah. I mean, the entire strategy coming out there from EpicGear Profit really relied on that Grill 15 surviving in the town. And, well, Caren Tiger took it out very early in the piece and were able to navigate that map as a result with relative ease. So moving now, I guess, onto the defensive, the attacking side rather here for Caren Tiger. I'd say they're probably feeling pretty good here on Ruinberg. The attacking side is, of the two sides, they're favoured on Ruinberg. So they'll be looking pretty good here. Maybe to 2-0 it.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, I definitely wasn't expecting a 2-0. So, like, thinking about whether they will or not,
I wasn't expecting a 2-0 either.
It's so hard, because after you see Caren Tiger then and see how well Caren Tiger played then compared to EpicGear Profit, where like they're just a little bit sluggish. It looks like they're you know, their movements have to pass through a whole bureaucratic chain of command for them just to push onto a flag, you know, because they didn't push onto the flag once they had the 113 up for a while. They didn't really commit to any pushes. They didn't take the brawl to the town either, which I felt that would have worked a lot better. Just some issues like that you know, really could be resolved.
I think for me, it was more so the case that I thought both teams would be able to pick up their defensive side, and in that case, you know, so the attacking side rather. Obviously, in that case, EpicGear Profit not able to pick up their attacking side. So the battle stats come out there. Not really surprising to see 6 out of 7 members on the first 7 there from Caren Tiger.
Yep. There we go, and Karetny did a good job in that FV215B for EpicGear Profit.
Gapped on with a 253 damage dealt in a grill.
253 damage grill.
Was it
is that an HE shell? Like, two shots fired. Why does the grill have HE loaded?
Don't ask me.
On the attacking side, I'm really confused. Is he like trying to go through the back of Batchats?
I don't know. Maybe he missed both of his shells and got rammed by a Batchat, but I don't know. I feel like a Batchat would win a ram war anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that'll do 250 damage and Grill's ram damage.
Strange.
Question. Very strange. Well, if you think you know why he dealt 253 damage, I mean, it might have just been HE shells, but let us know in the chat or on Twitter. WGL APAC. That's our hashtag. So, but... yeah, I feel as though this time we probably won't be seeing another grill version 2. They need to upgrade the Weber, get the new model.
All right, well, let's go ahead and see if you're right. We'll find out whether or not we're going to be seeing another grill. And no, lots of Batchats coming out though for Caren Tiger
I love
and AMX50B.
I love it. Look at that Caren Tiger lineup. They have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Batchats, 2T9 of those. Course, and the one AMX50B, so they're going all French tonight. Got their baguettes loaded, bit of coffee as well, why not?
Yeah, they're on the attacking side as well, so
yeah, it's going to be a fast push, probably out towards a 1 flag. I don't think that would.
I think it could go either way, really.
Yeah, you reckon?
There's more sort of room to maneuver with the 2 flag. With the 1 flag, I almost feel, well. Yeah, there's lots of options, actually. Now I think about it, like, up on the 1 flag, they can go behind those houses right down the side of the map. That might be an option. That's what we see a lot of Batchats tending to do. On the 2 flag, there's just the entire field, more so, is a bit more open to the attacking side than the defending side. So we'll have to see what they do. But, yeah, maybe I'd say now in hindsight, probably more likely to be heading towards that 1 cap.
Yep. I think so. So we'll have to wait and see, of course, because Caren Tiger, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us and do a split push, something like that. I'm not too sure, but they've been playing pretty well so far. And EpicGear Profit need to step it up, that's for sure. Good to see that they don't have the grill, because that obviously didn't work.
Oh,
but here we go.
Looks like it's going to be a 2-split. So
oh, a split push. There we go.
I second guess myself because of you.
Nice.
They're going to catch Tilla Dalby off guard as well. This is not looking too great here for EpicGear Profit, but a couple of shots of damage actually going over to Caren Tiger, and somehow Tilla Dalby gets out of there without taking any damage. So I eat my words.
Eat your words. And EpicGear Profit. Oof. Whew. Holding a nice line on the 2 flag right here. It's very solid defense. This is going to be extremely hard for Caren Tiger to push up into.
Yeah.
So Opalisk as well has got that damaged gunner in the bat chat, in the tier 9 bat chat, so it's never handy. Never handy. Probably not going to be running that repair perk either. Going to be running the extra crew skills instead. Or the consumable even.
Consumable, yeah, not perk. Yeah.
So, of course, these guys, they do have all perks unlocked already, so they've got everything. They've got any perk you can name. Brothers at Arms.
Well, the rotation has been spotted out here. Is he going to spot the other 2 bat chats? Yes, Tilla Dalby getting some crucial information now for EpicGear Profit. Not being particularly troubled for it either. Oh, as I say that though, he's been tracked right in the middle of nowhere. Polly coming around from the side. He's going to start us off. EpicGear Profit already losing their tier 8, and Horang in the bat chat getting very low as well. This has been a good rotation coming out from Caren Tiger. They can get onto that 1 cap with a few of these bat chats, while EpicGear Profit chases the other few remaining members of Caren Tiger around that 2 cap. But it's not going to be a bad situation here for Caren Tiger, and this is the trouble here for EpicGear Profit. They don't have that mobility to really contest these bat chats at the moment. They want to force sort of a brawl, but Caren Tiger are just content to continue running around the map, and really Horang is the only one that can challenge them in terms of speed. So a 1 versus what, 5, 6 from Caren Tiger, not going to be too great.
It isn't it. Opalisk there, getting so low. We actually just saw Opalisk. He waited to use his crew first aid kit until both his driver and his gunner were knocked out. So he's used that one there, back at full HP, and unfortunately Opalisk is not, because he's dead.
Yeah.
But right now we can see Caren Tiger actually pushing up towards the spawn there of EpicGear Profit. It is a little bit of an even spread at the moment. 6 on 6. EGP set out in the middle of the map here, but Caren Tiger do have Polly on that flag in that bat chat. Starting to get that one capped up. Interesting that Polly hasn't chosen to reload yet. So he's two shells down from the clip. So there's a little bit of damage that we'll be missing out on the next engagement. And every bit of damage does count, but the question is how EpicGear Profit will push into this. Are they going to do a split as well? It's looking like it.
Yeah, EpicGear Profit really putting themselves in a good position in this one, actually, in terms of the HP pool. Their map positioning and their control of the map is not quite that great, but they do have the HP to play with to be able to get into the fights that they want to find themselves in those heavy tanks. So at the moment, Caren Tiger, they've got 30 seconds left on that cap there, but EpicGear Profit should be able to get a reset. The IS-7 driving at full speed, probably not the one going to be doing it. But there's a reset coming out.
Shot, so. But yeah, there we go. The reset is going to be coming in, and look at this.
That's a great position from the bat chat coming out there. You can see Polly as well coming in with his bat chat, just putting a bit of damage into Angry B, and all of a sudden Caren Tiger turning things around. That's the danger of going up against that full autoloader lineup on Caren Tiger. They can just completely remove your HP in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. So dangerous there for EpicGear Profit. And the issue is now Caren Tiger have just said, okay, well, we've done our job. We've taken another tank down, so now it's a 5-on-3. We can just retreat, reload. There's no point in contesting this until we've got all of our tanks reloaded. And as soon as they are, they're going to head right back onto either the 2 or the 1 flag, or just go for the throat and take down the remaining 3 members of EpicGear.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff coming out here from Caren Tiger. And even though EpicGear Profit are pretty even in terms of HP here with Caren Tiger, the fact that they started off with more HP, so their HP pool was larger.
Yep.
It means now Caren Tiger actually, as a percentage HP, in terms of their entire HP pool, actually are in a much better place than EpicGear Profit. And obviously, I mean, you can say, oh!
What? Oh,
that's some mad physics.
So lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky. It's like he had one of those like cheats in driving games where you just like press Y to flip your tank.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel
Maybe
like he
he's a
probably
wizard.
could have got a nudge from one of his teammates there relatively safely anyway.
He was spotted though, so that would have been a little bit
It would have been awkward, yeah.
a little bit awkward. Like, hey, EpicGear, can you just like not shoot me while I'm flipped over? Right, thanks. I'll just get.
In
you
one
for
sense, I kind of wish that the gun had collision, so that
yeah,
you could like flip yourself back over with the gun. But then I think, well, when I'm looking at a wall and I'm trying to aim at someone and my gun goes through a wall, this would be really, really annoying having to turn it the other way.
Yeah. Oh, don't. Oh, that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah. So I actually, in hindsight, like when I think about it really a little bit more, I'm kind of happy that they don't have collision.
But right now, something that does have collision is God Tank, and a few shells are colliding with him. I think you should be going down very, very shortly to that. Those bat shats, the autoloaders just ripping him apart. And with only 2 members left on EpicGear Profit, Caren Tiger have 4 minutes to end this. They've got 2 tanks on towards that 2 flag. They don't even need to cap up the 2 flag because they can probably, you know, eliminate the other 2 remaining members instead. But just an excellent use of autoloaders here by Caren Tiger.
Yeah, it's been great stuff from Caren Tiger on both the attack and defense here on Ruinberg. They've completely outplayed EpicGear Profit. And, you know, we did expect that this matchup was going to be relatively one-sided to Caren Tiger, but perhaps not this much.
Well, who knows? God Tank at least does manage to take down Mudame. But should be the end of the road here for EpicGear Profit as Caren Tiger take out map number 4. And they actually almost got the double win there, you know?
Yeah.
The double win.
You get double points for that?
Yeah, you should actually get double points for the double win. But unfortunately they didn't. But there you go. So, another win, 4-0. 4-0 now for Caren Tiger against EGP, and like we're really these Korean teams that aren't having too much luck, apart from Meltdown, really.
Yeah.
Aren't having too much luck against the APAC, newly integrated APAC region. It's just not working out for them.
Yeah, across the board today, it's been a very quick day. I mean, maybe calling it a little bit too soon here, but it's certainly going that way here between Caren Tiger and
if
EpicGear
Caren Tiger
Profit.
continue on the way that they're going, you know, 4-0 so far, and really, yeah, there've been a few close games, but like they're not nail biters.
No.
You know, we haven't seen any like the first week we saw, you know, some really super close matches. So hopefully, EpicGear Profit can pull it off in the next half.
Yeah, they're going to need to, aren't they? And we'll go ahead and have a look and see how that one turned out for Caren Tiger.
Let's see. So this was
Tilladale
just getting caught. Unlucky track there, but I mean, Polly could have finished him off anyway.
Yeah.
Just some good shooting there by Polly. And this was, oh no, you look at those EpicGear Profit tanks, the 2 heavies just got sandwiched between bat chats all around them.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing they could do really. And an FE215B, it's great in a little brawl when you can poke around, use corners, you know, get a shot off, head back behind a corner or head back behind some cover. But when you're just completely out in the open like that, up against those bat chats, there's nothing that you can do that's going to outdo them.
Yeah, Caren Tiger just completely outmaneuvering EpicGear Profit there. We saw them over towards the 2 cap, they moved back over towards the 1 cap, and really you could see EpicGear Profit just chasing them around the map, and that's not a great situation when you're chasing bat chats rather around in heavy tanks.
Exactly.
So there was really only one way that could go, and that was the way of Caren Tiger, which it did.
Yep, Caren Tiger. Just, I mean, I like the early split push that Caren Tiger did there as well. So they were kind of thinking, oh yeah, where, you know, should we go here? Should we go there? But like just good rotations as well from Caren Tiger. They seem to know exactly where to put all of their tanks to kind of counter EpicGear Profit's plays that time. So and they didn't really focus too much on the 2 flag, which is where EpicGear Profit were really sort of, you know, had all of their tanks stacked. So
yeah, well, I mean, there was certainly, of course, some nice plays coming out there from Caren Tiger. We'll go ahead and have a look and see who was really doing the lion's share of the work, and it was Shinazaki. 4.6k in a bat chat.
Crazy,
Not
20 shots. That is a good few clips on the bat chat right there. And Dekamori Sane in the AMX 50B. 3,000 damage in that one. So
Also quite respectable.
Extremely respectable. And the AU251, the one, honestly, everyone actually did quite a bit of damage there, even on Team EpicGear Profit side. You know, 113 there, 1k damage. Can't really complain about that. Someone's got to be down the bottom there, but yeah, I think EpicGear Profit heading towards this next one, not looking too good, depending on the map, of course. But well, I want to see the 5-1 because that's what I predicted.
Yeah,
he predicted a 5-2, so he's obviously wrong.
Well, right, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's gonna be a 5-0 here because we're heading over onto Steps, which one could argue is Caren Tiger's best map, and EpicGear Profit haven't even played it so far this season. They've been banning
well, you see, I mean, you're counting them out already, Jordan. You said they haven't even played it.
Yeah.
And it could be the hidden gem.
No, but
it could be the hidden gem
that was
for Team EpicGear Profit.
Why
Steps, you
never know.
Why
are they banning it
Like,
then?
well,
why?
They might have just been holding out until now to show it. And who knows, it might have been a week.
Okay.
It might have been a week of just hardcore grinding on Steps, hardcore scrimmaging, practicing, you know.
Well, okay, how about this for a stat that might not fill you with much confidence?
Oh, here we go.
Caren Tiger's played...
I'm not listening.
Caren Tiger's played Steps 7 times.
I'm just going to turn you off on my headset right now.
And they've lost once.
Is he saying something? I don't know.
I am. It's actually really good information as well.
No, it's not. But look, one thing I will agree with you on is that it's not looking too unlikely that we might see a 5-0 here, because like the way Caren Tiger's been played, the way EpicGear Profit's been played, they just don't quite look, you know, like Caren Tiger always seems to step ahead with everything they're doing, you know. So maybe we might see some crazy picks coming out of Caren Tiger. They're like, oh yeah, we're 4-0, we can pick some, you know, a couple of grills.
Yeah, well. No, because don't they have to pick their tanks before the game starts, don't they?
True.
So
So we're probably not going to see them.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing. Disappointing. But, you know, what can you do, eh? EpicGear Profit might have decided to go with something a little bit crazy on Steps because they've never played it. That's a good reason.
Yeah. Perhaps. I mean, it is going to be tough to see, tough now for EpicGear Profit to come back into this one, given that they're going on to Caren Tiger's best map. Statistically, even if they do pull something out of the hat here and surprise Caren Tiger, I think they're not. They might be able to get 1 round, right? But they're not going to get 2 rounds with some sort of crazy strategy. Yeah, well, that's can't rely on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be good for them to get 1 round because that means that my prediction would be right and they'd get 5-1. Yeah. But you know, EpicGear Profit, even though they haven't picked it much, even though they banned it, like you said, you know, they might be a team that has adapted to the new kind of boosts that you can do on Steps. Of course, there are quite a few new ones now. We've seen some teams attempt. We saw, of course, the chain boost attempted by, I think it was Gold Bass.
Well, a lot of teams, I think,
a lot of teams have tried the chain boost before, and some have failed, some have succeeded. But yeah, I feel as though if they can maybe, honestly, like just change their playstyle a little bit, because like when you're down 4-0, it's like, do you really keep on playing how you've been playing? I don't think you do. I think you try and change it up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's no point in, you know, if it's already broken, got to try and fix it.
There you go. I like that. You reversed it. Brilliant. But here we go. Loading into it. And EpicGear Profit, they've actually got the 2 TVPs, so I kind of like that. As you know, if they use them properly and kind of do some nice hit and runs with them, then they can definitely work. But right now, Caren Tiger is going to be heading up a little bit towards that 1 flag and sending. Oh, sorry, that's EpicGear Profit. Philadelphia heading up towards that 1 flag.
Yeah.
Caren Tiger, in the meantime, they've got at least 1 guy to boost, I think. I think Opalisk is, or was trying to get on towards a boost. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there we go. So he's doing a bit of mountain goating in that RU251 Sparpanzer. It's going to hold him in good stead for any other pushes to come through.
Must be a nice view from up there.
It's a very nice view from up there. You can see the mountains in the background, a bit of fog. Yeah, it's nice. I also like Caren Tiger's camo. I don't think we've touched on this, but it's a very nice camo.
Black and red.
Black and red, yep.
Very edgy.
Pretty edgy. Yeah.
It's like, I got to get the cool colours. I'm going to go black and red.
It's their team logos colours as well, to be fair, Jordan.
You should take a leaf out of Coalition Zoo's book, if you ask me.
Well, yeah. No one can beat Coalition Zoo's colours. Of course, the hot pink. But this AU-251 Sparpanzer, driven by Opalisk. Of course, for those that don't know, the AU-251 was actually built roughly at the same time as the Leopard 1. And built as a recon tank, which Opalisk is, well, using it for right now. That's how we normally see it used in the Wargaming.net League. It's actually intended to replace the M41 Bulldog in West Germany at the time. But right now we do have Team EpicGear Profit getting their French Tier 8 light tank over on towards that one flag, and we're seeing Caren Tiger do a nice little rotate here. This is going to be interesting where these teams meet, because from the looks of things, EpicGear are ready to kind of spring a bit of a trap on Caren Tiger in the center of the map. This could be a little bit dangerous. I kind of like this positioning here for EpicGear. Yeah,
I agree. It worked out in a sense that Caren Tiger are going to walk into it, but having said that, Caren Tiger have actually already spotted out 3 of those players from EpicGear Profit, so perhaps now the tables have turned. Caren Tiger might have the advantage now that they know what's going on.
Perhaps, who knows? But right now, I think we've got Caren Tiger just going to be moving up a little bit. Still not actually deciding to push on towards the flag cap. So EpicGear Profit, they've retreated a little bit. They're not going to be having their tankers head towards that or stay on that one flag. As I said, that Attila Derby just crossing it. EpicGear Profit, they've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to try and make something happen. To Caren Tiger right now. Oh, Mubesi's actually just been spotted. So this is a little bit dangerous for Caren Tiger. Mubesi is all out on his own. So if EpicGear Profit, with all of their fast tanks, the fast autoloads, the bat chats, the TVPs, if they decided to go on towards Mubesi right now, then that would be essentially a free kill for them. But they're not too sure where the rest of Caren Tiger are. So instead, they're just going to play it a little bit safe.
Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that EpicGear Profit isn't actually putting a little bit more of pressure on that one cap. I mean, they initially had someone on the cap ticking that timer down, but as soon as that sort of rotate started to come across from Caren Tiger, they took the player off. So at the moment, not really doing a whole lot. They are, I guess, slowly but surely making their way towards the one cap, but I mean, they already know that the one cap's relatively safe. No one over there is getting shot, so might as well just get their guys up there if that's where they end up wanting to be anyway. Try and make something of this extra time that they're going to be able to get out of it. But they are getting someone on the cap now. I think it's Attila Dalby in the RU-251. The AMX 1390, rather. So used to seeing him in a RU-251.
Yeah, so Dalby in there. Starting to get the cap up again. So the guys on EpicGear Profit do have quite a bit of time to make this cap work. At 5 minutes left, the cap should be done in 90 seconds if no one from Caren Tiger interrupts it. But we've actually got Caren Tiger again. Now, this is where the rotate is going to work a little bit better for Caren Tiger. They're coming up from behind EpicGear Profit with some of their bat chats, dealing some damage towards God Tank GP right there. But they've got more tanks to follow soon, Jordan.
Yeah, God Tank just out of position a little bit there, but Shino Zakat actually only able to penetrate with 1 out of 3 shells there. Probably could have got a little bit more damage over to God Tank if he had been a bit luckier, perhaps.
Perhaps, but right now, actually, I'm starting to get a little bit worried for Caren Tiger because they still haven't, kind of got a firm grip on this. All of EpicGear Profit is set up in some pretty good defensive positions around that one flag.
Obelisk's in trouble now. He's just crossed the tracks straight into the face of a bat chat, and he's running back over the tracks, but really out of the frying pan into the fire, I think, is the analogy I'd go with here, because neither is safe for him. And he goes down. First tank in this round to be dropped here. And as you mentioned, I'm getting a little bit worried for Caren Tiger on this one as well. They did get the reset though, so I mean, there's that.
Exactly. In saying that, they got the reset, and actually now they're getting a lot of damage onto Caren. There we go, just like that. A tier 10 is traded off in favour of Caren Tiger. So Gapdol's going to be the next target in that TVP. This is very, very tricky for EpicGear Profit. They had that FE215 right out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. There's not much more to say about that, and of course it's a 1-for-1 trade at the moment, which I suppose favours Caren Tiger. They've got the HP advantage. They've taken the bigger gun out of the game.
Yep.
And they're just wasting so much time from EpicGear Profit here. There's still so much time left on the cap. Only 3 minutes or so left in the round. And EpicGear Profit, they've been working away at this for 7 minutes, and they don't really have anything to show for it.
No, exactly. And like 66 seconds, Caren Tiger is definitely going to be able to get the cap reset before then. They've still got all of their tier 10s up. I think a few of those Caren Tiger bad chats have just reloaded or are reloading because they're flanking around the back of EpicGear Profit. That's Mudame and Polly heading around behind them. That is going to be a big pain in EpicGear's rear, because I think what Caren Tiger is trying to do is get on towards a cap before it's capped. Yeah,
well, there's only 14 seconds left here. EpicGear Profit actually falling off the cap there. And, well, they lost a player, but it wasn't one of the players on the cap. And now Caren Tiger just have all the time in the world to work with. They don't need to rush into this. I feel like it might have been a better idea for EpicGear Profit to stay on the cap there and try and just force a bit of extra speed to come out of Caren Tigers. Maybe force a mistake there. But either way, I don't think really either of these decisions would have gone the way of EpicGear Profit. Caren Tiger just have such a massive advantage here. Tilla Darby is chasing down Mordame, but I mean, he's got a full clip. Probably won't be able to take out Mordame here. Mordame is going to get the reload off first, and, well, here comes a bit of backup from Polly, who is almost off the reload. So Tilla Darby, unbeknownst to him, is about to be in a world of pain.
Yep. Polly is looking pretty good right there, and Tilla Darby just firing a random shot in towards the middle of everything. Not going to be able to pick up anything from that, and I'm not even sure if EpicGear Profit will be able to take down one of Caren Tiger's tier 10s, let alone all 6 of them. So with only 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the cap, only 2 members from EpicGear Profit still alive. That is going to be a clean victory and a clean 5-0.
Yeah, well, it's been a very clean day, really.
Yeah.
We've seen, what, 5-2 and 3 5-0s?
Yeah, crazy.
Super quick.
Crazy today. And, you know, I knew this one would be fairly, you know, well in the favour of Caren Tiger. Yeah. Like, but 5-0, no way. I was calling at least 5-1.
Yeah, I agree.
And close 5-1s, you know. Like, just like that, we saw... I'm not even sure if one member of Caren Tiger's tier 10 squad there went down, or maybe one, you know, maybe one tank went down. But it was that was it. Like, it's like, you know, where's the Team EpicGear Profit? Didn't get into the game.
Yeah, I mean, EpicGear Profit didn't really find a way to get into really any of those rounds. But we're gonna have a look and see the replay there. Opalisk, I mean, that was not bad there from EpicGear Profit. They did eventually force something from Caren Tiger, and they got that mistake out of Caren Tiger. They got the early pick, but, you know, straight after that, they just gave back another free kill. So, yeah, what's the point?
Well, there's not much point, to be honest, Jordan, I don't think. So, right now, Caren Tiger, we can see this was where, oh, poor old Tilla Darby, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a kill. I'm gonna kill a tier 10 in my AMX 1390, and Polly's like, no, you're not.
Yeah. Polly there with the backup for his mate. Tilla Darby, at that point, I think he just gave up. He's like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
See ya. See ya, fellas.
But yeah, overall, just a fantastic performance coming out from Caren Tiger, not only on steps there, but on all of the maps. And really, not expected quite that much. We've already said that. But, you know, once it got to steps, it was just over.
Yep. Safe to say. So, Caren Tiger, look, they're going to be very happy with that win, and very happy with looking confident going into tomorrow and next week as well. I feel like EpicGear Profit again. It's sort of like back to the drawing board for lots of these teams. You know, like after this, well, after today in particular, where we've seen 5-2, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's not something we expected. The EO Gaming match, that was a 5-0.
That's expected.
We picked that as a 5-0. Nothing else we picked, you know.
Remotely like that.
Remotely, exactly.
No. We're way off. Well, not way off. I picked the right winner for the Meltdown Dark Horse one, but I certainly expected it was going to go to 5-4, at least 5-3.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was going to be close. This one, I guess, is a bit more of a standard fare. Like, I'm not entirely surprised to see Caren Tiger being able to pick up the 5-0 here, but I thought EpicGear Profit was going to be good enough to pick up at least a couple of rounds there. But regardless, that wasn't the case. Let's have a look and see who did what on steps. 113, interestingly enough, getting the most damage out of that one. So, probably wouldn't have expected that on steps.
Probably not.
Would have thought about chat, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he did get into a good position early on.
Look at the TVPs.
Oh, those poor TVPs. Like that's why these teams that pick, like, you can't be, there's no such thing as a successful defensive TVP. When you're playing at the TVP, you need to be doing what EL Gaming does with them, and just, you know, push super aggressively with them. You need to just hit and run, and use their mobility.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up with that.
Yeah, well,
300 damage, 200 damage.
Yeah.
You know, like
Not good.
It's not good.
No.
But there you go. Caren Tiger going to be very happy at the end of tonight. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a Saturday night celebration.
Yeah, actually, they're looking pretty good, I guess, in terms of the grand scheme of things. They would have put themselves up fairly high on the standings, which we'll have a look at later. I mean, they're shaping up to be one of those stronger teams in the region at the moment. I would say probably Horseman, Caren Tiger, and Coalition Zoo, maybe. The three following EL Gaming. Obviously, EL with up the top there, but who knows? We'll have to, I guess, continue to see how it plays out. Obviously, this has been our schedule for today, and really, it was a very quick one, wasn't it?
Was a very quick one indeed. Just all those 5-0s cascading down there, and you know, I know we've got some good matches tomorrow as well that should be, like, actually super close, to be honest. Like Horseman Coalition, Team Efficiency Meltdown. Like, we've got some good ones.
Yeah, we certainly do. I mean, it's going to be a cracker of a day tomorrow. I would expect we're probably not going to be seeing as many as many one-sided matches as we did today. But, you know, coming in today, I didn't expect to see so many one-sided matches either. So it's a bit of a strange game, World of Tanks. Things can just go one way or another sometimes.
Yep, exactly. Especially in the APAC region this season, where you know it's so hard to guess anything. Like,
yeah. Well, we'll have a look and see now where Caren Tiger have positioned themselves on the standings, because they did a good amount of work today, and obviously, well, now sitting up there in number 3.
Very good. Number 3.
I mean, equal second, I suppose, really, but
technically,
Coalition Zoo's playing tomorrow. Caren Tiger's not playing tomorrow, so Coalition Zoo has still got the potential to, you know, get out a bit ahead. Horseman as well might be able to overtake Caren Tiger tomorrow.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the Horseman match tomorrow, Horseman and TCZ. I think it'll be a really close one. So,
yeah, it certainly will.
EL Gaming in the meantime, just, we didn't even mention EL Gaming, because they're just right up the top, 18 points, perfect score.
Again, I feel like a broken record every time I talk about EL, because I'm saying the exact same thing.
They're like the student in the class that always gets like 95% on their tests, and the teacher's hand like, yeah. A+. Like,
they're always putting their hand up in class. It's like, yes, EL,
yeah,
you can answer the question this time. Again.
Yeah, well, wonderful, EL. You got another 110 out of 10.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good job. Surprise, surprise.
Alrighty, anyway, let's have a look and see what's coming up for tomorrow, because it's going to be a really good day. I'm sure. Obviously, Horseman and the Coalition Zoo, that's the one we're really looking forward to. Great match to start us off.
Yes. Oh, that should be a fantastic match to start us off there, guys. So make sure you're there for that one tomorrow. Then we've got a bit of a bottom of the table clash, which should be like fun, if nothing else, between Goldbass and EpicGear Profit.
Yep.
Meltdown TE.
I think that'll be another good one. I think that'll be
a good one.
Well, I say I think it'll be close, but Meltdown, if they play again like they did today, it could be another reasonably strong match there for Meltdown. But having said that, Team Efficiency looked really good last week, so we'll have to wait and see how that one turns out. That's going to be a good matchup. The first matchup's going to be good. I mean, they're all going to be quite interesting matches tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be, and it should be interesting as well to see if Dark Wolves can kind of bounce back after today. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Alrighty, guys, that's all for us tonight. We've had some fantastic games coming out so far, and of course, we've got some games coming up tomorrow, so be sure to hang around or tune in tomorrow as well. We'll be starting at the exact same time, 4 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We hope to see you then, but until then, I bid you good night and happy tanking.